All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. Royal Rumble. It is weird to say I'm doing a Royal Rumble review, and it is about to be 6:30 my time. But I'm fine with it. I get to enjoy, well, not really enjoy much because it's snowing here. Um, but I get to enjoy the rest of Saturday and relax, I guess. So, what's up, Jeremy? What's up, my guy? What's up? What's up? What's up? Been a while. Been a while. I mean, We've talked outside of YouTube, but been a while seeing your name on YouTube and everything. Um, I don't want to be the barrier of bad or of not bad news or anything in general, but did this show not feel very predictable? Like, did we have one outcome on this show that didn't that felt like, oh, that's a surprise, or like an outcome of any of these matches? No, we didn't really have a different outcome. Um, Shout out to Yusuf. He did this eliminations for the women. Now I did not write all of it down, but I want to give him credit because I did not write the eliminations down for Lash. It made me mad. But Lash, Legend, in the Women's War Rumble had a very good showing. Jordan Grace had a good showing, and then she got eliminated quickly by Lash, I believe. Quicker than what it should have been. Jordan Grace should have had a very, very good showing again. Um, I don't know. A lot of this stuff was predictable. And I mean, per, having a lot of predictability isn't a bad thing, but having too much is overkill, I believe. Hello, welcome to the stream. Um, Appreciate everyone coming in. If you can hit that like button, greatly appreciate it. Don't have to subscribe, but if you feel like you need to, um, yeah. If you feel like you want to, go ahead. I greatly appreciate it. I stopped there for a moment because I had a notification come through my phone and messed me all up. Messed me all up for a second. Um, but I don't know, man. I will say this. The women's Royal Rumble. That's what we're going to start off with, since that's what started off the show. Um, the women's Royal Rumble for the last 10 or 15 minutes of the women's Royal Rumble, it was very solid. But up till that point, you talking about just a bad women's Royal Rumble. I don't want to sound negative, because I hate being negative, but I have to say the truth. That women's Royal Rumble was not really good at all. The last 15 minutes or so, probably last 15 at the most, were good. But up till then, it's like it was just sloppy. It just felt sloppy. It just wasn't good. And I really was expecting the women's to be better than the men's, but it was not. It was not better. So I don't know what y'all's opinions were. If want to let me know what your opinions were of the show, on my Twitter, which is basically about the same as my YouTube on here, minus the Tyler Kelly Show, just Tyler Kelly Show. I did a poll. What did you think of the Royal Rumble, your 2026 Royal Rumble? I did fingers to the sky for Roman Reigns, meaning a good show, in the middle, or thumbs down. Now, last time I looked at it, and it hasn't been up that long, it was like 40 votes or so, and majority, 60%, was thumbs down. I think it was more than 60%. Um, if I had to say what I thought the show was, I think it was in the middle. Because I believe Gunther and AJ was a fantastic match. I believe it was the best match of the night. Even adding in the Royal Rumbles, I think AJ and Gunther was the best match of the night. Drew and Sammy did what it needed to do. If you're going to continue to create just another underdog role for Sammy and finally get over the hump probably next year, he got absolutely destroyed. There's not much to say about that Drew and Sammy match. It was just a squash, basically. But let's go and start with the Women's Royal Rumble. We had Charlotte Flair come out first. I'm like, okay, cool. Then Alexa. I said, okay, this is predictable and, given the tense. And I did like how they went back and forth with acting like they were going to do moves on each other and truly never did moves on each other until they were going to try to eliminate Nia Jax. And Charlotte goes for a big boot, hits Nia off, but her arm and hand hits Alexa off the ropes and eliminates Alexa on accident. So that was very unique of a spot. I did enjoy that little spot. Um, I think the MVP of this Royal Rumble was Lash Legend, and good for her. She needed to have a big showing. I think another really good MVP that had a very good showing was Kiana James. Kiana James had a wonderful Women's Royal Rumble. Um, I don't know if she had any eliminations. If she did, it was like only one or two. But she just had a very good showing. Excuse me. Um, so I enjoyed that a lot. Kiana James and Lash are the MVPs of this Women's Royal Rumble of having a good showing and everything. I want to put out the record. Wade Barrett. Now, Wade Barrett is a smart man. I think, I think Wade Barrett is a very smart man. Smart commentator. Normally, makes a lot of sense to what he says. I want you I want you to think who he be saying this about. Oh, she's a very huge piece on Friday Night SmackDown into this division. What isn't word for word what Wade Barrett said, but I want you to think who he said that about. This is one of the few times I'm thinking, did Wade Barrett actually just say that? Love Wade to death, but you know who he said she is a major part of SmackDown and a major piece to this women's division? Anyone know? Um, and it makes no sense at all. Said this about Candice LeRae. Now, Candice LeRae Very good talent. She's been doing this for 20 plus years. And she could easily be a key part of the women's division. She's not, though. She's far from it. So for Wade Barrett to say something like that, it is completely mind boggling to me. I really cannot believe that I heard that from Wade Barrett. So, um, Tiffany Stratton came back tonight. Good for her. Number 30. That Tiffany draws number 30. No Bianca. No Trish. How bad is Bianca's finger, hand injury, major setback with this or that? Like how bad is it? And I don't mean to chuckle with that, but like I just want to know because I feel like there's something else that's just happening that we don't know about. Hopefully it's not injury wise. Like I don't know what it is, but there's no way she should have been out this long. Um, yeah, but this women's Royal Rumble could have been a whole lot better. I hate to say that, and I don't want to be that negative, but minus the last 15 minutes, this Royal Rumble match was 15 minutes at most. It might be probably just 10 minutes. Just wasn't really that good. Um, Kyrie Sane eliminating Asuka on accident, of course. But this sets up probably their WrestleMania match or wherever they're going to have it. Not going to be good for one Kyrie Sane. But Kyrie's going to be a babyface, like she should be. She's just the ultimate babyface. Asuka can work both, but let her just be heel. Um, Raquel, we knew Raquel wasn't going to win. She had a good performance as well. Um, Tahama bombed Rhea Ripley onto the apron, eliminated her. Now this this I did not get to see because ESPN buffered it, so I got to see it on replay. Then Liv Morgan eliminates Raquel. Doesn't hesitate. And we knew that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen. But Raquel on Monday, uh, this Monday night, um, literally, literally faces Stephanie Farkier for the women's championship in a Philly street fight. They're in Philly, I believe. Yeah, isn't that what Pierce said? Philly street fight? I think so. So we knew Raquel wasn't winning, but the way that Liv Morgan eliminated Raquel was very interesting. So, um, so the final three, Soruka had a very good showing too. I don't want to remiss that. It was Soruka, Tiffany Stratton, and Liv Morgan. When I saw this final three, this is where I feel like the Royal Rumble really needed Bianca back. Imagine you put Bianca and Liv in the final two. You're talking about unpredictability to the max, right? This is where WWE and Triple H, because we know Triple H is the main creative, this is where they fumbled both Royal Rumbles to be unpredictable. Um, for the women, you have Tiffany Stratton, Sol Ruka, and Liv Morgan in the final three, right? Well, first of all, this is Soruka's. Is this her first Royal Rumble? I believe. If she was in it last year, I couldn't remember. But like, she's slowly going to be coming up to the main roster. Soruka probably. Um, we know Soruka ain't winning. Um, Tiffany Stratton literally lost uh to Jade bad. And if she were to win, she ain't challenging Stephanie. She's probably trying to get her revenge on Jade, and they're not going to do that. So what do we do? Oh, very predictable. Liv Morgan's winning here. Like I already knew. I was like, Liv is yes, it's predictable, and now that one was definitely the right move. But yeah, um, glad Liv won. But when I say it was just very predictable, it was when we got to the final three. Um, the best match of the night: Gunther and AJ Styles. Gunther is on a tear of making people retire. Now, from what we saw towards the end, AJ Styles is definitely not done wrestling. Now, he is done with the WWE and his WWE career is over. But he is not done with wrestling. This match was very good. I loved how the referee, Dan Angler, he did so many of his matches, of AJ's matches in TNA. And I love that he was the referee because he's like, if you notice a lot in this match, he's like, AJ, come on, get up, get up. He was wanting AJ to win for his career not to be over. I love when little stuff like that, even though it's just a referee, um, makes it more real, makes it more, come on, AJ, win, win, win. That's the stuff I like. And Gunther is just the right opponent when stuff like that is. No, 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 no. I did a poll on Twitter and it's getting a lot of thumbs downs. I said it earlier. My poll, I said, what did you think of the 2026 Royal Rumble? You know, one's to the sky, meaning it's good, in the middle, and then thumbs down. I'll check it after this and send it to y'all in the group message. But I think it was over 60% thumbs down with 40 votes last time I checked. So I'll check after the stream. Bro, the Miz, what, you know what? I'm gonna wait till we get there. Because I've got a lot of stuff to say about Finn Balor not being in this Royal Rumble. Okay? Alright. Alright. I got a lot of stuff to say about that. I really do. But AJ and Gunther, this was a fantastic match. I mean, it's AJ Styles. It's Gunther. Both of these men could have a match with this damn pin and it'd be a good match somehow. I mean, what is this? I don't know what this is of my wife's. Don't even care. Don't think it's anything makeup. I don't know. Could have a good match with that. I mean, this little squishy thing that's in here needs to be cleaned up. Could have a good match with that. I mean, everything in this room could have a good match with. I could pick out anything. So you already knew it was going to be a solid match. Very good match. I was very entertained. Um, I did, shed tears, but then when he put the gloves back on and everything. I said, okay, okay, that gives us the full answer that he's not done with wrestling, and thank God, because I think he's gonna have a yearly tour of just going everywhere. I think he's going to do. Excuse me. I think this is what he wants to do, and WWE allowed him, which perfect, to just do a world tour of whatever he wants to do, even if that's in AEW. I don't know if he'll get. I don't think he'll sign with AEW. I just think he'll have appearances and matches of a go away tour. Which, if he does that, they got a viewer in me for AJ matches for sure. But yes, this was best match of the night by far, in my opinion, and very good. Not much to talk about here. Drew McIntyre absolutely destroyed Sami Zayn. Are fans going to get tired of this underdog type thing from Sami Zayn? Well, I can tell you, every time they get tired, it's like they do something else, and Sami still gets all the stuff with the underdog stuff. Gunther's last match in WWE, he'll beat someone in the career versus career match, then retire himself. Anyways, at this point, why not? Why not? Drew absolutely destroyed Sammy. Um, and I feel like Sammy's big thing is going to be at WrestleMania next year when they're in Saudi. I think that's where his big crowning moment's going to be. And it's going to be a similar thing with Cody. But to me, it's like, man, we have seen, oh, he's the underdog. Oh, he beat Gunther for the IC championship. Should have been Chad Gable. I will never live that down. Oh, underdog against Roman. I mean, how many times are are they going to? Is the fans are going to be able to even stay with Sammy for this year long thing that's been going for multiple years? I don't know. I really don't know. I hope so because Sammy's a great. I mean, we know Sammy. He's a great person, great wrestler. He does everything legit correct that you would want out of a baby face. But I don't know. I truly, truly, truly just don't know. But we'll see. The men's Royal Rumble, a lot better than the women's. Hello, Julia. Welcome to the stream. If you're watching live or on demand, and when this gets up, please hit that like button for me. Greatly appreciate it if you do. Subscribe if you want to. Greatly appreciate it. I think we're almost at 800, so appreciate you guys for subscribing. With the month of consistency ending here tonight, the schedule I want to have for each week is at least 2 to 3 live streams and maybe a video. You preferred the women's? I don't think I preferred the women's. I don't think I preferred the women's because I enjoyed myself in the men's Royal Rumble more than the women's. The women's just seemed terrible, and that's just opinion based. So I mean, we don't. It's not a disagreement from us two. But man, I mean, it's fair enough. Whatever points you have as well. I don't know. I did not enjoy. I didn't prefer the women's over the men's. I preferred the men's over the women, and normally it's the other way around. I prefer the women's, like if it's either War Games or Money in the Bank or Royal Rumble or anything else I'm missing. Normally, I say I like the women's better. Not tonight. Not tonight. I really don't. Which is strange. But it is what it is. And yeah, the men's I enjoyed most of it. Braun Breaker. A lot of people thought, Obafemi, Braun Breaker, 1-2. Going to be great. 1-2. Both of them going to last a long time in the Rumble. Oba did. Well, Braun Breaker. No siree. Braun Breaker did not. Did they use Austin Theory again for the Masked Man? Because we sure know that wasn't Seth Rollins. I think Austin Theory is working with Seth Rollins. I've always thought that when he got himself added to the Vision. So I think a lot of us thought that, but we'll see. I don't know. Is it somebody else or I don't know. Hopefully it just doesn't turn into just Seth Rollins. That would be tragic if that was the only thing. Yeah, yeah. When looking back at the figure and everything, I'm like, is that Theory? Is that somebody else? I was like, it looks close to Theory, and Theory didn't come out till 15, so he definitely had time to put his stuff back on if he wasn't able to have it on, if that makes sense. So we'll see. Um, so yeah, Braun Breaker got eliminated pretty quick. I mean, I'm not putting much into it. Into it. Who is actually wearing clothes? They always change it now. Yeah, yeah, they always do change it. But I'm thinking if they want to do a storyline about it, I would say, oh, this was Austin Theory, but guess what? He's with Seth. So, um, just like the women's, this man's when it got to the final four was very predictable. Um, Unique stuff. Before I talk about the final four, um, Drew eliminating Cody was. I'm thinking, oh, okay. So when Drew did that, he said, Jacob, I just helped you out. Roman eliminates Jacob. So basically, Drew eliminated Cody, not even being in the Rumble. I don't get me started with people that's not even in the Royal Rumble, but somehow eliminates people. Like I don't even know how that's even possible. Oh yeah, I'm about to get to that. I'm about to get to that, Yusuf. And then he basically eliminates Jacob Fatu by just telling him, "Hey, I helped you out," but basically letting Roman get throw him over the top. So now Drew has legit, and this is where I don't get how they're going to get to Drew, Jacob, and Cody. Because if Roman is picking Punk as his opponent, ain't it the Chamber is supposed to be whoever gets the WWE champion? Or are they just going to like evade that this year and put up like the IC or United States Championship in a chamber match and have the women's chamber be for the other women's championship? Are they somehow going to invade that the men don't get to have the opportunity at the other world championship? That's not how it's supposed to be, but I feel like that's what they're going to do because this is clear in day. Fatu, Rhodes, and McIntyre. Yeah, but we've seen that several times. How is the other guy going to find their way into the Mania match? Like, bro, you lost the chamber. They did that last year. I don't want to see it this year. I don't want to see something every year be like the same thing. Like, I'd rather them just go the route of I really rather them just go on the route of, you know what, Drew, you keep on getting in their interference. We're not even doing the other chamber for your title. It's going to be y'all two at WrestleMania. However they get that. So I would rather them just do it like that and figure out a logical way of doing it like that. I don't want to see something from what I saw last year with Bianca, Rhea, and Io. It was kind of ridiculous how they did it, but we knew it was going to be such a good match, anyways, and it was. I hope Aldis just does that. Maybe they just start brawling on SmackDown just for the hell of it to start the show, and they just keep on brawling throughout the night. He said, "You know what?" He said, "This is my show, and I'll run the show. At WrestleMania, y'all facing each other." Maybe they don't do that on the first SmackDown, but sometime down the line. I don't know, but just something like that. Because I feel like that's where they're going with it, unless they're doing the match at the Chamber, which I don't think that's going to happen. Because I feel like Punk's defending his title in his hometown of Chicago. Why have the WWE Championship on the show? I don't know, but I we're going to see. But yeah, why is Drew eliminating Cody Rhodes? You're not even in the fucking Rumble to begin with. Like, bro, you even though it was Jacob Fatu's help, bro, you won the championship from him. And why are you saying, oh, you're not going to get a title match again, blah, blah, blah. You're in back in line, and you keep on screwing him and doing stuff. And you expect him not to do something back or try to ask for a championship opportunity. I, Drew's been very good with his character work and work rate. But this just doesn't make any sense for Drew. But whatever, that's how they're doing Drew right now. Um, Obafemi had a good outing. There's a few things I did not like. I didn't like the final four. I didn't like Obafemi getting eliminated by Brock. I feel like Obafemi should have eliminated Brock Lesnar tonight. Stuff like this is why I can never get on board with Drew. It's not Drew's fault though. Um, Oba should have definitely eliminated Brock because I feel like if Oba debuted on Raw this Monday, Brock attacked him and everything, and be like, "Hey, we're meeting up at WrestleMania" or something like that. Like I feel like that would be a thing, or even down the line or something. Maybe Oba gets a elimination chamber qualifying match, gets screwed out of that by Brock. But say like a week or before, Oba gets on mic and say, "Don't worry, Brock. We're gonna meet up here in the future, and when we do, I'm gonna push you down." Blah blah blah. That's the only reason Brock messes him up in the elimination chamber. I know it sounds stupid booking, but this is the stuff they do when it involves Brock Lesnar. I guess. I guess. All right, let's talk about the final four. Legit, me and Felix only had one person out of our group in the final four, and that was the winner, Roman Reigns. In my notes here, Roman wins. LOL. I'm not really laughing out loud. I just had to write that down for my enjoyment. So look, what Roman said on the Pat McAfee show has resonates. Yeah, I know. So like what is going to happen into WrestleMania season? I don't know. It's so weird. He Heyman literally came out with Braun Breaker. I noticed this. I'm glad you said something. I noticed this, but should have put it in my notes. Came out with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker gets eliminated, gets destroyed by Austin Theory or whoever. Literally comes out with Brock 45 minutes later, smiling and everything like that didn't just happen. Then you got Brock suplexing Logan Paul, doing this, doing that. I don't know. Oh boy, I don't know. But this final four, oh, oh, they had LA Knight. Glad that he returned. Should have been in the final four, in my opinion. They had LA Knight and Cody Rhodes eliminate Brock Lesnar while Jey Uso is yeeting and then coming out. So Brock Lesnar gets eliminated by them two while Jay's coming out. Like, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, but what? I don't know. You know what's crazy? When Oba Family got eliminated, or maybe a few minutes or 5 minutes after that, the entire Rumble, like, it was still alright, but then it just turned sour. Yeah, but the men's just for me was still better. I mean, overall. The women's was just sloppy. It just wasn't good at all. And it's, I don't know. This Royal Rumble was in the middle for me. If it wasn't for Gunther and AJ putting on that good match, I would say this was a thumbs down show. And I'm not a thumbs down type person talking about shows, but I was very close to saying this was just a thumbs down show. I just say this is in the middle. And I guess that's just the good person in me because I don't know. Um, oh, man, snowing here and everything. Boy, when it snows and everything, I'm just tired all the time. Um, the final four. Oh, oh, I'm glad you said that. An article that I read had everyone that was in the Royal Rumble match correctly. This article had R-Truth. R-Truth wasn't in it. No mention of the Miz in this article. The Miz was in it. We had Raw Parquet from AAA. Don't know who. I'm sorry, I don't watch AAA like that. El Parque. or whatever. All Poco, Pake. I don't know. And I'm not trying to make fun. But you're telling me we couldn't fit in a Finn Balor in one of those spots? Finn Balor couldn't make it into one of those spots? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Meanwhile, we got Brock Lesnar on FaceTime with Pat McAfee a day or two later saying he's going to be in the Royal Rumble match. Huh. Adam Pierce must have gave the spot to him instead of Finn Balor. And then they said, oh, Lord Parquet, yeah. Finn Balor, you don't get that spot. The Miz? What has The Miz done recently? Oh, oh. But yeah, we couldn't have a spot for Finn Balor. Very good stuff. Yeah, okay, Adam Pierce. Yep. Um, let's get to this final four. You had Logan Paul. How Logan Paul is getting into these final sixes or final five, final fours in these last few Royal Rumbles, I don't get, to be honest. Because it's not believable. Like, we knew last year wasn't believable. We knew this year wasn't believable. He's in the vision. You can't have you can't have him win and have Braun Breaker not even really be in the Rumble like what happened and everything. Can't have Logan win. Randy Orton, believable. Randy Orton's believable. He's trying to chase 15. He's been chasing 15 for about over a year now since he's been back. Boy, that's a long ass chase. And we have Gunther that came in at 30. Yeah. Um Gunther was at 30. Boy, I'm so I'm so glad that we had such a big surprise at number 30 with Gunther. I mean, I know I am sounding very negative right now. Yeah, like how did the first 3 quarters of this Royal Rumble match feel so good, or at least almost 3 quarters of it feels so good, good pace, good elimination, stuff like that. And then like the last part was like the worst part when it's supposed to be the best part with the final four. Like I don't. It's just. It's very mind-boggling to me. It's just mind-boggling how they just the last part just fell flat. Just fell flat. But that's the final four we had: Gunther, Randy, um, Gunther, Randy, Logan, and Roman Reigns. Um, I'd be mistakes if I didn't say Javon Heavens had a um, good showing. I love that he did. He was my Iron Man, but I think the Iron Man. Who ended up being the Iron Man? Who ended up being the Iron Man? Do you know that, Yusuf? I'm just wondering if you knew that. I don't even know. Okay. I know for the women's it was Charlotte Flair. Glad we could put that in her record books for this Royal Rumble. Um, I don't know who the Iron Man was, but Javon was in there for a long time. Felt like. Um, I don't know. We'll end up seeing it eventually. Um, yeah, you see this Final Four, and you're thinking, Logan, not believable, because Logan won, not going to win, and be like, oh yeah, Braun, look at that, I won the Royal Rumble. Not going to say that. He's not going to win with being in the division. He's going to have to win by himself, like when he's not in the group anymore. I really could see Logan being a Royal Rumble winner one of these days. I really do. Um, sorry, it's not going to be Gunther. I already knew that. Yeah. So he should have. That means if he entered eight, was eliminated the 22nd. He had to be in there for about 40 plus minutes, maybe, or close to it. I don't know. Um, but yeah, we knew Gunther wasn't going to win it, considering the first five were food for Oba, and then Randy is a wild card, right? But he doesn't really need a Rumble win. None of these men needed Rumble wins that was in the Final Four, or didn't feel like they needed to win, or shouldn't have, or I. I'm gonna say this. I said this on the podcast. I said it would come down to Roman and LA Knight. I think LA Knight should have had a more better outing. And I'm gonna just say this. I know I predicted Roman, but I feel like giving it to LA Knight would have been a whole lot better and just a unpredictable thing. Imagine having Randy facing Drew. Sammy was in his spot in the Final Four. Logan could eliminate Sammy for Hill Heat if they really wanted to. I always said this. I said it on the podcast too. It felt like Randy should have been in Sammy's spot for against Drew McIntyre, and Sammy should have been in the Rumble. Like I don't understand. Look, I know the booking stuff it can be difficult or seem difficult. Blah 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 blah. But how easy is it to have that crowd to have faith that Sammy might win the Royal Rumble? And have him not win. And guess what? Come back to Saudi next year for WrestleMania, and Sammy actually wins the Rumble or Chamber next year, is in Saudi Arabia as a hometown type person for a world title match on one of the night main events, probably night one. How hard is it to have that crowd just feel he's so close, but guess what? You don't get it. I I don't know, mind boggling to me. And it's really pissing me off of how like I'm realizing some of this stuff now even more, even though I've said it before. And this might actually become a thumbs down show for me. Thumbs down show minus Gunther and AJ. Shout out to those two men for having a hell of a match. But yeah, we had Logan Paul get eliminated. Um, Randy get eliminated after he did a RKO to Roman Reigns. Gunther eliminates him. Then we have Gunther and Roman. Oh, gee, I wonder who's going to win out of these two. Gunther did a full 20-minute match against AJ. Roman came in the Rumble at number 26. Oh, man. Gosh, man, I know Roman did so much work in that 15 to 20 minutes of just laying down for probably half of it or three-quarters of it. And I get Roman Reigns went on Pat's show and said they haven't created any stars, blah, 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 blah. But here we are in our night two main event of WrestleMania in Vegas for being in Vegas for the second straight year. So glad we're just back in Vegas for 2 years in a row and everything. So glad. Um, we're going to get a part timer versus an older person, world champion that's been full time and everything. We get to see two older people in the main event. Punk and Reigns is going to be your night two main event. Punk Reigns night two main event. And I'm just going to tell you right now what's going to happen. Roman Reigns will not walk out champion. All of my body and soul just feels like that I already know what's going to happen. I already know. I already know what's going to happen. Maybe I'm just completely wrong. But we already know Saudi is throwing the money at Rock, Stone Cold, etc. to be at WrestleMania next year. Hell no. Match will probably be a very good match. Probably going to enjoy the hell of it. Punk and Roman. We get the good old ref bump. Classic in Roman Reigns matches. Um, and this is how I would do it. I don't know how they're going to do it, but every right in my soul feels like this is going to happen. I think The Rock is going to appear in some way, somehow, and we're finally going to get that Roman and Rock match at Saudi at WrestleMania 43. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to. I have a feeling they're going to. Because, I mean, hell, both of them probably backstage thinking, hey, this will be a good idea. We're both very much part timers. We don't show up often, but we can make a good build out of this somehow, some way. Same way. Oh yeah, yeah. Same way I did with Cena. Yeah. I'm telling you, I feel like that's what's going to happen. Because I can just tell you right now, that Saudi money, as soon as The Rock sees that, he's going to be like, oh, yeah, oh, what else do you need me to do? They're good. I'm going to just tell you right now, Saudi is going to make sure he's there. And I think they're going to make sure he wrestles. I just think that's what's going to happen. I you know what? Hell, he might. He rightfully might do that. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If Rock does cost Roman the match at WrestleMania at Night 2, I'm completely fine with it. I'm completely fine with it. I am. But I mean that means we have to have that match happen. If that match don't happen, then it's just another scenario of, oh, what, Rock just said fuck it, I'm done, or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what y'all thought about that. But yeah, Roman and Gunther had like a little 2 minute thing. We already knew this wasn't going anywhere. Roman was going to when it became if it was Roman and Orton, I think I would be more on my feet of, oh, who's going to win. Then I'll be like, okay, Randy and Roman, okay, yeah, you could have a like little shot factor and have Randy beat him. But when it was Randy and Gunther, I said, man, this ain't happening. We already know Gunther ain't winning. Um, but yeah, Roman Reigns is your 2026 Men's Royal Rumble winner. Um, and I'm so glad he drew number 26 too. I mean, that's just a lucky man, boy. Drawing 26, and what did he come out? What entry number last year? He was in the 20s again. Boy, he gets some good drawings, man. Lucky drawings. So Rock shows up in the ramp, counts to 4 this time for no reason. What if he does this? And holds up 43, meaning WrestleMania 43. Maybe. Maybe he does that after he screws the tribal chief, the head of the table. Your Royal Rumble winner. Big time. But Punk Roman should be good television. The build of it. I want Roman to come out on Raw this Monday and say, hey, I'm challenging you, Punk. Or whoever is the World Heavyweight Championship. Blah, 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 blah. I want them to come out. I want Liv Morgan to come out and say, hey, this is who I'm challenging. I don't want them to wait a month. I want a good story and I want a good build. Or try a good story and good build. That's all I'm saying. And if they can't do that, guess what? You need to push WrestleMania back a few months. I said it earlier. I don't know if you remember me saying this, or maybe you weren't in here. I don't know. No, you were in here. I think. I said have Oba have an elimination chamber match, or before that, I said have Oba do like his first promo, and say, "Don't worry, Brock. We're going when we meet each other down the line again. I'm going to make sure I put you down." Blah 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 blah. Something in the rounds of that, and then have him be in the elimination chamber qualifying match, and Brock hears all that and does that. It's Brock Lesnar booking 101. Someone says something stupid, and Brock's like, "Oh no no no." Simple booking, but we'll see. I think that's how they get to Oba and Brock because I do think that's the match. Yeah, Brock ain't getting out bad for no reason. You're right. Um, but go on my Twitter, Tyler Keller Show. Look at that poll. Thumbs up in the middle, thumbs down. What do you think about the show of the Royal Rumble this year? I'm just going to stay in the middle and just stay in the middle. But if it wasn't for Gunther and AJ, this would be a thumbs down show by far. So yeah. Oh boy. Royal Rumble last year was better, I feel like, by a lot. So, but I hope you guys have a great night wherever you may be, day, whatever time it is. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this, and just hit it for me. Just be a great gentleman or woman for me and do that. I have to say woman because I don't really have a lot of female watch me. Which kind of it's not a good demographic type of thing. But hit that subscribe button if you want to. Don't have to, but we're close to 800, maybe past 800. I don't know. I think we're very close. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Also, one more thing. What? I have a feeling what you might say, and I'll be disappointed if you don't say it. Um, no, no, that's no, that's definitely not what I was saying. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm disappointed you have not brought this person's name up at all. I'm gonna give you one more chance to say what I thought you was gonna say. One more, Yusuf, before I get off here. There it is. You finally said Omos. I thought you should have said. I thought Omos should have won the Men's Royal Rumble. I thought you was gonna say something like that, which you always do. But all right. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Getting off here. Going to probably make something to eat, get something to eat, something, etc. like that, and enjoy, play my game, or maybe watch videos. I don't know. But I hope you guys have a great one, and peace out, y'all. With my scheduling, I said this earlier. I'm gonna say it towards the end. Okay, wow. Okay, funny. Um, Day of consistency is done for the month. Thank God. And what I plan on doing for every month, it might be different, but like every week of every month, I'm gonna try to do like a guaranteed 1 to 2 live streams. Want to do 3 maybe a week, at least 2. Might just be 1, so it's gonna be in that 1 to 3 range. But I want to do like a video every now and then. It's just gonna be different. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to do a semi schedule that's like that. It's not gonna be a set day, but yeah. But other than that, I'm out of here. Hope you guys have a great one. Been over an hour review. This is the first time I've done a over an hour review in a while. So, all right. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one.